Before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like life is harder for you than it is for everyone else? Like no matter how much you try, things just keep going wrong? Like you are working, praying, hoping, but nothing seems to change? If you have ever felt that way, then this story might be exactly what you need to hear today. Because sometimes the most difficult seasons of life are not meant to destroy you, they are meant to prepare you. And if you stay with me until the end, you may discover something powerful about the struggles you are facing right now. If you enjoy stories that bring wisdom, motivation, and truth about life, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. Now let's begin. There once lived a man who believed his life had become nothing but struggle. Every morning he woke up tired, not only in his body but also in his spirit. It seemed like every time he tried to move forward, life pushed him 2 steps back. His business had failed. Money was always short. Friends he trusted had disappeared when he needed them the most. And some nights, he sat alone wondering if things would ever get better. One evening, while walking home after a long and exhausting day, he stopped at a small bench near the road and sat down quietly. The sun was setting and the world around him was calm, but inside his heart there was a storm. He looked up at the sky and said softly, "God, why is life so hard?" For a long moment there was silence. Then he remembered something he once heard in a sermon many years ago. A verse from the Bible came into his mind. James 1 verse 12, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." He sat there thinking about those words. Perseveres under trial. That meant the struggle itself was not the end of the story. It meant the struggle was part of the journey. But the truth is, when life becomes difficult, it is easy to forget that. When bills are piling up, when doors keep closing, when people disappoint you, it begins to feel like life is against you. But the man began to realize something important. Difficult seasons are not always punishments. Sometimes they are preparation. Think about it. Gold is purified by fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Strong trees grow because they survive storms. And in the same way, strong people are often shaped by the hardest moments of their lives. Another scripture came to his mind. Romans 5 verses 3 to 4, "We glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope." For the first time in a long while, he began to see his struggles differently. Maybe life wasn't trying to break him. Maybe life was trying to build him. Maybe the failures were teaching him lessons he needed for the future. Maybe the closed doors were protecting him from paths that would have led him nowhere. The truth about life is this. Everyone loves the idea of success. But very few people talk about the price it takes to build it. They don't talk about the lonely nights, the disappointments, the moments when you feel like giving up. Yet those are the very moments where character is formed. There is another powerful verse that speaks to this. Galatians 6 verse 9, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Those last 4 words are important. If we do not give up. Because the difference between many people who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence. It is persistence. Some people quit during the storm. Others keep walking through it. Life has a strange way of testing people before it blesses them. Sometimes you must walk through valleys before you reach the mountain. Sometimes you must experience darkness before you fully appreciate the light. And sometimes the season you think is destroying you is actually preparing you for something greater. The man sat there thinking about all of this. For the first time in months, he felt something different. Not certainty. Not immediate success. But hope. But hope. Hope that his story was not over. Hope that his struggles had meaning. Hope that tomorrow could still be better than today. He stood up from the bench and began walking home again. The road in front of him had not changed. His problems had not disappeared. But his mindset had changed. And sometimes that is the first step toward changing your life. Because when your mindset changes, your decisions change. When your decisions change, your actions change. And when your actions change, your future begins to change as well. Life will not always be easy. There will be days when things feel impossible. Days when you question everything. Days when you feel tired of trying. But those days do not define your destiny. They only test your determination. Remember this truth. Every great story includes moments of struggle. Every strong person has faced seasons of doubt. And every meaningful victory has required patience, discipline, and faith. So if life feels difficult right now, do not assume your journey is failing. You might simply be in the chapter where the hero is being prepared. Keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing that your story still has many pages left to be written. Because sometimes the hardest chapters in life lead to the most powerful endings. And if you know someone who might be going through a difficult season right now, share this story with them. You never know when a simple message might give someone the strength they needed to keep going.